Good day, everyone, and welcome to another epic episode. I welcome you to join me as we'll be talking politics in South Africa. The CIC, the president of the EFF, Julius Malema, has came out strongly and accused the MK party of saying, we don't want anything to do with you, we don't want to work with you, and please don't come to our funerals. There's nothing that connects us with the MK party. Let us hear what the CIC had to say here.
We're not members of MK. We're going to Parliament as EFF. As to what happens with MK, I don't know. We don't know anything. We don't have anything that has got to do with MK. It just happened that we sit next to them in Parliament, and when issues are raised, we don't first listen to what MK is saying before we can formulate a view. Whether MK is agreeing or not agreeing on any view we hold, it is an EFF view and we'll express it. If they agree with our view, we'll both express it, but it doesn't make us anything. We're not anything. We literally don't want anything to do with MK. We even ask them not to come to funerals of EFF. Don't want to see them.
As this was expected to be bad enough, the CIC continued and said that even in Parliament, we are just there with you because we are inside the house. But in reality, we don't want to work with you. You are not our colleagues. You are not our friends. You are not our partners. We just want to cut ties with you, the MK party, because you are enemy number one. Do you remember the words of the CIC? Here.
Even us, we have stopped going to the Derby because we don't want to meet them by mistake by the Derby day. But DP has raised a very creative method, or no, we can go to the Derby. We'll have a separate suit where we'll go. Can we meet them in that thing of presidential or what? Because that presidential thing, you meet a lot of clowns there.
So basically, this thing of the EFF and the MK party have taken another direction. So things are bad between these two, because now to the CIC, this is so very personal. So what was he saying? He said that when it comes to Parliament, if there's an motion whereby policy that they agree with the MK party, and the MK party decides to vote with them, it is fine. Or if they decide to vote with the MK party, it is fine. But that does not make them friends or colleagues. They are not working together. They are not together. That's what the CIC is saying. So he went to the extent to explain, to say, even in their funerals, they must not come. What was he saying? He was directing this to Dali, Mpofu and Floyd, Shivambu. We can even add maybe Mboiseni to say that you, because now you became the enemy. He even went to an extent to call the MK members, the MK leadership or members, clowns. There's nothing that combines us with these clowns. Understand? That's how personally the war is. And one person that is laughing and is happy about this is the DA. Because Helen Zille, one of the biggest threats of Helen Zille was the coming together of the MK party and the EFF.
The only definite no we are saying is that we will not let South Africa fall under a coalition of the ANC, MK and the EFF. We love our country too much. We told everybody we're here to rescue South Africa, and we'll look at the very best option of coalitions available that enables us to do that. So we aren't, I'll be quite honest, we could threaten to bring KwaZulu-Natal down if they don't agree to the document's terms in Gauteng, but we're not going to do that. We're not irresponsible people. We don't want to hand KwaZulu-Natal to MK and the EFF. It would be a total disaster for that province. So we're not about to do that. There are other levers that we're going to use. Obviously there are. But we're not going to say the people of KwaZulu-Natal can be thrown to the dogs, not at all.
In fact, they are having troubles in the GNU, but they are deciding to stay. No matter how hot is the steel, they will decide to hold on it and ban them. But they will not leave because they are trying by all means necessary to block the EFF not to come there in the government, especially to come with the MK party, because these two are the biggest threat. I mean, Godzilla knows the power that President Jacob Zuma and President Julius Malema holds when they are together. You remember what happens in back in 2009 when Jacob Zuma was working with the CIC and Jacob Zuma was about to become a president. They became another powerful force together. So now that Gokelenzile was there, she was the official position by then. She knows the power of these two, right? So Gokelenzile is trying by all means possible not to see these two political parties working together. So the outcome, the reality of the outcome of the CIC declaring them enemy number one is working for an advantage for the DA and business. You understand when I say business, right? Because the businesses are the one who are pushing the DA to form that government of GNU with the ANC so that they will control some state organs, right? So now the MK party and the EFF, when now they are fighting, that says to a person like Helen Zille, the EFF alone cannot exert that much influence and power. Rather than it partnering with the MK party, then now you will see the official opposition. But that will never happen because already these two have, the EFF has declared the MK party as enemy number one, right? So meaning this coming together will never happen. But the CIC is so hopeful and he believes that there's a chance, a slightly chance that this wedding of the ANC and the DA, there's a high possibility and chance that it will collapse. And just the EFF is right next at the door to enter the government of national unity. So the EFF wants to enter in. Let us hear more of what the CAC has to say here.
Well, we've made it very clear that we are more than prepared to join the ANC and work in the government of national unity. But we can't do it with the people who killed Krisani, the people who tortured our own people, the people who oppressed us, the people who are advocating that every progressive policy must not be implemented. That's why you've got this noise from Donald Trump. They are at the center of that. They thought they were going to bully the ANC in that GNU, and the ANC will develop a cold feet. The ANC is pushing forward ahead. They now are seeking external intervention, which seeks to undermine the sovereignty of South Africa. So the ANC must know that we are just outside, we're at the doorstep. Once they remove the DA and they want a partner, we are in. There's no government that is going to collapse here because Helen Zille says so. We're not going to hear from Helen Zille.
I mean, it is a good thing to see the EFF working, can be a good thing, in fact, to see these two working together, the ANC working with the EFF or the MK party, because even their policies are not that far distant, right? So now, the problem about these two political parties is that when they fight, it is not only the leaders who are going to be affected, but the grass will be affected. The people will be affected. Because what if the MK party comes with a great policy, or the EFF comes with a great policy, and the other ones, because they have beef with this one, and they decide, no, we are not expropriating land because we don't like these ones. You see, so it can end up affecting policy decisions, right, that has to be made to benefit the people. That is why this fight, I don't know if any way possible that these two political parties, they come to reconciliation and maybe they find a way to work together for the better good of their followers and the country, because you remember this division has once happened between Inkatha Freedom Party and the ANC. And you know, the leaders were not affected. The members, the followers ended up killing each other. Then there was much violence in KZN between Inkatha and the ANC. People died, a lot of them. They killed each other, they were shooting each other. And you remember what happened in Gauteng, a place called Thokoza, where there was IFP Inkatha wars with the ANC, right? And this thing now turned to be a tribal war, right? So it was just bad like that. But for the sake of that the DA is enemy, the enemy number one is DA, it's white people, because they don't want to see anything that will benefit black people altogether. So we as black, the ground people, the members, we must work very hard that we do not fight. Because if we fight, white people always used that one rule: divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Don't forget that. Then if they divide us today, they will conquer us still together. Then we need these right-wing MK party, EFF, to be together. The leaders can have their personal issues, but we need these two political parties to come together for the better of this country, for the betterment of this country, and these political parties work together to unite black people. Because to tell you the truth, they are our only hope and our arm, whereby we'll just lean on it and say that take us forward. But if they continue like that, then we'll be divided and they will conquer us. Please don't forget, you too, you can also conquer something. Conquer the subscription button by pressing it. Remember, you don't pay anything, and you can conquer to leave your comment there, and you can press the super thanks button. Until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.